Hello everyone and welcome to a new weekly vlog. Please excuse the state of me. It is only 4 o'clock and I'm in my dressing gown, but I don't know if you can hear by my voice. I feel absolutely awful today and I had to film 2 videos which took so long because I kept tripping over my words. Because you know when your head's fuzzy and you just can't make sense of anything? That's how I felt. I felt like I was just repeating myself over and over again because I just couldn't speak properly. So I'm really hoping those videos turn out alright because I really don't want to refilm them, but I am scared that maybe they're going to be a bit all over the place. So we'll see. But yeah, that's why I look a bit defeated. I'm freezing cold, which is why I'm wearing my dressing gown, and to be honest, I didn't really want to start this vlog, but it is actually Friday the 4th of December and I definitely wanted to start off this vlog because I do want to film vlogs throughout December. I think it'd just be so nice, and if I left it any later than today I would not be posting this. So yeah, I thought it was finally time to sit down and start this vlog. Firstly though, I do have a little unboxing to show you guys. It's not really an unboxing because I have opened it, but if you've been following my videos for a while now, you know that I mentioned Karis from Karis's Corner quite a bit on my channel. She is the loveliest person ever, and the other day she actually messaged me asking if I like the Bone Season, and it's a book that I started because I did meet Samantha Shannon at Yalk, not last year, the year before, but I never actually finished it. So I told her that and she said she actually has hardcover copies of the first 2 books if I wanted them, and I of course said yes because I do feel like it's a series that I am going to enjoy. I really enjoyed what I read of the first book. It's just that I put it down and then picked something else up and never got back to it, which is such a pain, but I do that all the time. So she did in fact send me the Bone Season and the My Order by Samantha Shannon, and I am absolutely obsessed with these. I didn't realise how big they were. I feel like the paperbacks make them out to be really small, but these are massive. They are also signed and they are personalised to Karis, but I don't mind that. But yeah, I am so glad to finally own these 2 books in hardcover. I did buy the first book in hardcover, but I ended up getting a large print library copy, I think it was, and it was just not a good one. So to have the proper hardcover edition is just really satisfying to me now, and I will continue to buy the rest of the series in hardcover. I have looked and I can't find the 3rd book in these editions anywhere. I think it was a really rare book, so I don't think I'll ever get my hands on that, but it's fine. I don't mind missing a book in a series. It's not a massive thing for me. I'll just continue to purchase these editions as they come out. Thank you so much, Karis, for thinking of me. It was so lovely of you, and I'm just so glad to have these in my collection. And thank you as well for the little Christmas card. It really made my day. It's made me smile and just so happy, and I'm so glad that we've become friends this year because I just love talking to you. So yeah, thank you so much for messaging me about these and asking me if I wanted them, and for just making my day a lot better. Right, so getting into the books I'm going to be reading for this vlog. So like I said, it is currently Friday the 4th of December and I haven't really started a book this month. That's a lie actually. I have started Ship of Destiny, which is the 3rd book in the Live Ship Traders trilogy, but I don't have that on me and my phone is charging somewhere, so I can't even tell you how far in I am. I know when I last looked I had about 12 hours of listening time left, and that is on 2 times the speed, so I don't know if that helps anyone. I will update you guys on that later on, but for now it is actually the mini round of Polarthon, and if you don't know what that is, it is a readathon hosted by Jade from JD Ray Reads, and it's all about reading polar fantasies, which basically means you read a fantasy book in a snowy setting. If you've watched any of my videos from last month, you'll know that fantasy stories in a snowy setting is just one of my favourite things to read about. I absolutely love it so much. So this is definitely the perfect readathon for me. Saying that though, I do have 3 books that I was thinking of reading for this mini round of Polarthon, but I'm not sure if they actually take place in a snowy setting. I know that one does, and that is The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman. Again, thank you to everyone who corrected me in my December TBR video. This is the 2nd book in the Northern Lights trilogy, not The Amber Spyglass, so this is the one that I need to read this month, and I know that this is a polar fantasy because I did read the 1st book, Northern Lights, last month, and it's now one of my new favourite books of all time. A large majority of that book is set in the north, and the setting of that was just perfect for this time of year. So I definitely want to dive into this one. The thing is though, you can only get the audiobooks for this series on Audible, and I don't have any credits left, and I don't know if I want to buy more credits or not. But I had such a good time listening to the audiobook for the first one that I really do just want to purchase it and dive in, so we'll see. But this is definitely one that I do want to start this weekend. And then the other two books I had in mind but I'm unsure about are The Girl Who Speaks Bear by Sophie Anderson and Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I believe this book is rooted in Russian fairy tales, and Russia is a very cold country, so I don't know. Yeah, actually, there's an illustration here and it shows snow on the ground, so I feel like I could just about get away with this. Yeah, I definitely think I could get away with this. We have a wolf there. Again, we're in the snow. She's got her snow boots on and a big coat, so actually I feel like this would be fine. And this one is about a girl called Yanka who was found abandoned in a bear cave as a baby, and one day Yanka decides to flee her home and go out in search of answers as to where she's come from and who she really is. A journey far beyond anything she ever imagined begins. From icy rivers to smouldering mountains, meeting an ever-growing herd of extraordinary characters along the way. Yeah, this just sounds absolutely beautiful. I was meant to read this for Bookish Bingo last month, and as you can tell, I didn't get around to that. I did read the prologue, which means I'm now 8 pages in, and the rule for Bookish Bingo is that as long as I've started the book and plan on finishing it, then I don't have to get a punishment spin. So that's what I did, and I've brought it over to this month to finish it. So now that I've found out that it is in a snowy setting, I will definitely try and fly through this weekend. And then the second book that I was unsure about is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. Again, I believe this is set in a snowy, cold country. Yeah, see, I just don't know. I'll read you the synopsis of this one because I feel like it's going to be difficult to explain. But it says, Miriam is the daughter and granddaughter of moneylenders, but her father's too kind-hearted to collect his debts. They face poverty until Miriam hardens her own heart and takes up work in their village. Her success creates rumours she can turn silver into gold, which attracts the fairy king of winter himself. He sets her an impossible challenge, and if she fails, she'll die. Yet if she triumphs, it may mean a fate worse than death. And in her desperate efforts to succeed, Miriam unwittingly spins a web that draws in the unhappy daughter of a lord. Irina's father schemes to wed her to the Tsar. He will pay any price to achieve his goal. However, the dashing Tsar is not what he seems, and the secret he hides threatens to consume the lands of mortals and winter alike. Torn between deadly choices, Miriam and Irina embark on a quest that will take them to the limits of sacrifice, power, and love. So from the synopsis, I do get wintry vibes. Obviously, we have the King of Winter, and one of the characters has a secret that threatens to consume the lands of mortals and winter. So I'm not actually sure. I'll probably look into this a bit more and just double check that it is actually a polar fantasy. But for now, I am going to start with one of these two books. I'm not sure which one yet, probably this one if I'm honest with you, but I will update you guys once I've started and have a few more thoughts on them. Hello! So I'm guessing from the earlier footage in this vlog that you know it's been quite a few days since I started this vlog, and honestly guys, I have not read anything until today because I've been so unwell. I've just been hit with a really bad cold and our boiler is actually broken, so we don't have heating at the minute, which is definitely not helping. So I've just been in a very weird mood. I was also working yesterday, so I did take Saturday off completely. I just lay in bed, did some uni work, but that was it. it, and it's basically because I knew that I had to go into work on Sunday. I didn't want to phone in sick, but I do actually work in a supermarket, so I knew it was going to be cold. It was a long day. I worked 9 till 6, and I was basically just preparing myself for that, so I didn't want to overwork myself, if that makes sense. I just wanted to take it easy, try and get over this cold, but as you can probably tell by my voice, it's still here. I'm still absolutely freezing. All I want to do is lie down with a hot drink, but I'm not going to let it defeat me that easily. So I've decided that today I'm going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, this past weekend was actually Polarthon, but as we all know, I didn't get around to reading this weekend, so I decided that I am going to try and dedicate a whole day to reading, just because I feel like I've missed out on the excitement of a readathon, and it's one that I really enjoy as well, so I definitely wanted to participate, but obviously now it's on my own terms rather than a set readathon, because I did have to push it back and start it today instead. It is currently 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. I did start this readathon at 11 o'clock this morning, and I have managed to make quite a good dent in my book, and the one I've decided to read is The Girl Who Speaks Bear by Sophie Anderson. I've decided not to start The Subtle Knife yet because I am getting an Audible credit on the 16th of December, so I'm gonna wait till then to get around to reading that one. And so for now, I decided that I wanted to tackle this one, and then if I finish this one, Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, but I'm not so sure if that will actually happen. If not, it will be the first book that I read in next week's reading vlog. But for this one, I have actually reached page 104. I thought I'd done really well, but I've only read that much, so I definitely need to get a move on with this. Like you saw, I was reading this whilst watching Jade from JD Roy Reads Polarthon reading sprints, which was really good. I always find that I read a lot more when I join in on stuff like that, because it does force you to focus on the book itself and get as many pages as you can read. So I think I'm going to do that again this afternoon. But I have actually had online lectures today. I've just finished my last one for the day, which is really nice because now I can sit down and dedicate a lot of my time to reading this book. Not gonna lie, I do feel myself wanting to just lie down and curl up into a little ball, so I think I'm gonna make some honey and lemon tea, because that does tend to help clear up my sinuses a bit, and I'm hoping that because of that I will be able to concentrate more on actually reading. I do also just want to carry on reading this because I am really enjoying it. I wasn't sure where the story was gonna go, and it's taken a bit of a strange turn, but I'm very intrigued. This has a lot to do with folk tales and fairy tales, and one thing that I absolutely love is that we get given stories from this world. So like in here, I'll just show you. This next chapter is called The Wolf's Claw, and all the pages with this border around it are actually stories from this world, and so it's very interesting to see this character thinking back to all the different stories she's heard growing up and realizing that they make more sense to her now and they play a big part in what is actually happening in her life. We've had about 3 of those so far, and I'm just loving getting all the different information and stories from this world. I think it's such a nice addition, and it definitely helps to draw you in a lot more. So I'd say I'm currently about a quarter of the way through, so if I can sit down, read another 100 pages or so, then have a bit of a break, maybe have some tea, and then finish the rest tonight, I will be extremely happy, because it's about time that I got round to finishing another book. I've taken quite a bit of a break, and this has just pulled me in straight away, and I'm very intrigued to see what's going to happen next. And then I will quickly say that I have been listening to more of The Ship of Destiny by Robin Hobb. I'm currently on chapter 10, which is called Truces, and it says that I have 11 hours and 12 seconds left. And again, this is another one that I'm really enjoying so far. Because this is the 3rd book in a series, I can't really talk about it too much, but at the minute we're just following on from what happened at the end of the 2nd book, so we've not really had a chance to dive into anything further. We're still dealing with the consequences of that ending. But I'm really liking it because, again, once you think all the characters are going to come together and resolve all the issues that's going on, something happens which means that they all have to go their separate ways once again, and they find themselves in very strange situations that they definitely never thought that they'd be in. So it's very interesting to see how everyone has to adapt to all these different things. I honestly have no clue how all of this is going to wrap up. I feel like we could have so many more books in this series, and so the fact that it's a trilogy is kind of scaring me a bit. But yeah, I am still slowly making my way through that, and I think that'll be the case throughout December, where I'll just listen to it wherever I can and make some progress by doing that. Right, for now I'm going to go downstairs, make my honey and lemon tea. I'm going to sit down, read a good chunk of this book, and then I will update you guys once I have some more thoughts on it. Hello, I've just woken up, so please excuse the state of me right now, but last night I completely crashed. I took another funny turn and I just thought I'd be best off going to bed. I did manage to get to page 300 exactly though, so I do have about 100 pages left. It is currently 9 o'clock in the morning, so I have 2 hours before the readathon finishes and 2 hours before my online lecture starts, so I probably won't update you until after that, so around 1 o'clock maybe. But I do feel like I'm just going to put another one of Jade's live reading sprints on and sit down and read along to that, because it really did help me. And now, because I'm under a bit of pressure to get this finished, I definitely think that's the best way for me to do so. I also don't know whether I want to film anything until that point, because I could film me reading, but I feel like I've put in loads of clips throughout this vlog, so I don't know if that's going to be repetitive and boring. But yeah, my plan for this morning is to just sit down and finish this book, which I don't think I'll have a problem doing because it is in the last quarter. We are coming to the main part of the story now and the conflict and conclusion part, so I am very excited to get to it. I'm not going to give you any more thoughts on this though, because again, I don't want to be repetitive, so I will sit down with you later and give a mini review of what I thought of the book. Hello! I am finally here to wrap up this vlog and to let you guys know that I have in fact finished The Girl Who Speaks Bear by Sophie Anderson. I am going to give this 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this one. It's the perfect book to read at this time of the year. It's got very wintry, snowy vibes, which I just absolutely love. It also has a lot to do with the different animals in the woods. So we have wolves, an elk, an owl, a weasel, and of course bears, which are all animals that I absolutely love. This also really reminds me of the Disney Pixar film Brave. It has very much the same vibe and the same type of storyline, but this is obviously tackled a little bit differently, but it does revolve around the same key topics, which is that you can't really control your fate, but you can do the best that you can to make the best out of it, if that makes sense, and that there's no point in wanting things that you can't have. You just have to be grateful for the things that you do have and realize how important those things are in your life, because once they are gone, then you realize just how important they actually were. So I very much like that message in it. Again, I love the fact that there were little fairy tales woven in throughout this book, and every time the character was about to do something, we'd revert back to an original fairy tale from the world, and the character would then get some information from that to help them do what they needed to do, which was really nice to see. The ending was also really satisfying. I really like the way that it all panned out and the way that it wrapped up, because I feel like it's just absolutely lovely, and again just reiterates the fact that you need to love yourself, because you can't love anybody else until you do learn to love you for who you are and not wishing to be someone else, because other people love you for you, but if you keep doubting yourself and keep pushing people away because you don't feel like you love yourself enough, then that is never going to work out. You have to accept who you are, love yourself for it, and you will soon find that other people just care about you and love you for who you are. That was such a nice and positive message throughout this whole book. It does also reference Sophie Anderson's first book quite a bit, which is The House with Chicken Legs. I don't want to spoil anything, but we do see a house with chicken legs in this, and now I'm very intrigued as to what the first book is about. You definitely don't have to read The House with Chicken Legs before diving into this one. Obviously I didn't, and it was fine, but after seeing how it all played out in this, I'm definitely intrigued, and I do really want to read that in the near future. But I'm very glad to have read this one. I'm really glad that I enjoyed it, because I have been feeling really slumpy recently, and it's probably to do with the fact that I've not been well either. So the fact that I finished a book and that it was a really good, enjoyable read is just a bonus for me right now, and I'm so happy that I decided to do this 24-hour readathon. I do just want to quickly apologise for my state throughout this video. I have edited most of it now, and I sound and look absolutely dreadful throughout most of this, so if you've stuck by me till the end, then thank you so much. Like I said at the start of this video, I really want to post a vlog for every week in December, because it's my favourite time of the year, and I want to be able to look back at these in a few years time and just remember how I felt and what I did and all of that. So I didn't want to not post anything, but yeah, I'm aware that I sound absolutely awful and that I look hideous throughout most of this, but I am hoping that next week's vlog will be a lot better and that I will finally be over my cold so I can fully immerse myself into into reading and share my thoughts on all the different books that I plan to read with you guys. I am going to stop rambling now because I do need to edit this video and get it posted tonight. If you did actually make it this far, please leave the emoji for a cup of tea down in the comments for me, and whilst you're down there, don't forget to click the like button as well as the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, it truly does mean the world to me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!